of Luke starts kind of odd. It starts out like it's a letter to a guy named Theophilus. And Theophilus means lover of God. So it could have been a real person, or it could have been he was writing to us as people who he wants to be lovers of God. And then he says why he's doing it. He says, so that you may know the certainty of the things you have been taught. And there's a couple things I think he meant by that. And the biggest one is he wanted them to know the certainty of the facts about Jesus. He wanted them to know that Jesus really existed. So Luke puts dates and times in there always. He's always putting in extra details. He's always saying, I want you to know the certainty of the things you have been taught. And I think that's important because a lot of times we live like Christianity, and especially like Jesus, is some almost, we wouldn't admit this, almost mythical figure from the way back. And the same with so many other things in the Bible that we believe them, but we don't know them. They're not part of our lives. They're not part of us. And we have to be careful that we're not just coming up with academic knowledge that says, I know who Jesus is. I know he rose from the dead. I know these things. But we are actually knowing these things. They are impacting our lives. That we have a certainty that Jesus rose from the dead. A certainty that he lived a certain way, that he taught certain things. And a certainty that we're supposed to be living into those things. Because if we don't have that certainty, Christianity becomes this add-on to our lives instead of the center of our lives. But once we have the certainty, then we start to live it. That's what the book of Luke's about. That's honestly what the Bible's about. And by the way, that's what this Jumpstart's about. That's today's Jumpstart.